What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's your man, Evan B, broadcasting live from the Butt Cave. And just bringing you another edition of my Nerf thrifting videos. Ooh, my shirt's like shiny. That's cool. Ooh, my hat's shiny too. Anyway, I had a absolutely awesome Nerf thrifting week this week. You know, it's me. Does that sound too cocky? Kind of probably. Anyway, yeah, typical Evan B Nerf thrifting week. So I've got 35 minutes worth of memory on my camera here, and we're gonna try to get through this in 35 minutes. So we'll see. I'm trying not to blaze through, but let's go ahead and say that. Like, this is gonna be no more than 35 minutes. So if you got a half an hour commute, you've got the perfect amount of time. Oh, hey, Tiger Foam, JT Nerf just sent me a message, said congratulations on 500 viewers. I'm sure I will get Fowlet a message too. He always does while I'm recording. So, all right, guys. Well, without further ado, I'm gonna just go ahead and start cracking into stuff. I'll start by saying, like, I found a baggie of kind of miscellaneous darts at. It was actually. Miscellaneous darts that were in the bottom of bins that I collected. I normally pass up on darts, but I've been grabbing them lately because, one, I like having them handy for this video. For doing the thrifting videos, it's just easier when I bring all this stuff in to kind of have them in the bucket already, so I don't have to go looking for different kinds of darts. And usually it's a good assortment throughout the week. But the other is that I like having darts that are not like in the best of shape for certain things. There's just certain things that having beat up darts is okay for, and so you're not beating up your good darts. Like, I've started a collection for my Nation versus Zombies trip, and I'm trying to put back as many elites between now and then as possible that are in new condition, and so I'm hesitant to crack into them for anything. So using older darts for stuff indoors and target shooting and stuff like that is kind of what I've been doing. But anyway, yeah, so let's go ahead and just crack into this. Right off the top, I see two Vigilons, which is pretty sweet. There's like a nice shine from that light there that's making these kind of like bling. That's cool. But yeah, both of these Vigilons are functional. There's one. I loaded some of these blasters up because I kind of like the idea of shooting these for you. Those were those were Goodwill outlet finds, so I paid for them by weight, 79 cents a pound. I have a, doesn't look like there's batteries in this one, but a Tommy 12. Tommy 12 is not one that I knew existed. I have a ton of Tommy 20s. Did not know that I had or that there were Tommy 12s, but I found this one. I should also suffice to say, like, I did my normal thrifting this week, but I also, one night this week, I got a message from, hold on, there it is. My PlayStation's making a bunch of noise. One night this week, I got a message on my Facebook from a friend of mine, a person that I tattoo, saying that their kid was getting out of Nerf and into paintball, and they had a big bucket of Nerf stuff. So I went up and picked that up. I drove about a half hour north of here, 45 minutes north of here, to to her work, and picked up some Nerf blasters from her. So some of these come from that. I'm not sure which ones are which, so I'm not gonna like try to guess because everything's got kind of thrown together. But there's definitely some of that stuff. Some of this stuff comes from there. So it's kind of almost like garage sailing and thrifting this week. I got this MG25. I don't know who makes this, and I don't know if it works because it doesn't have batteries in it at all. But it seems like this is kind of along the lines of like a Vulcan or I don't know, any of those belt-fed kind of Busby blasters. But yeah, so I'm gonna put some batteries in this bad boy and see if it works. But I think this was one of the things that came from Mary Ellen's son. So I assume this stuff works, whether it has batteries in it or not. I need to bring a pack of double A's down here to the Butt Cave. I've got all kinds of stuff this week that I'm gonna need to put batteries in. But this one's an interesting one. This is a Busby pistol. And I know that because it says Busby Toys on the side in 2007, made in, what is that, in China. I have no idea what set this might have come from or if this came on its own. But I found this in the bins at the Goodwill outlet, and I thought that was kind of cool. It's got kind of a pirate theme to it, and it totally fires darts. I was with a guy that I work with before work. I went and picked him up, and this was the only thing I found that day. So that poor Danny had to endure me just shooting him with darts as we walked through the Goodwill. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, kind of different, and it works, so sweet find. 79 cents a pound. I got a Zombie Strike Rip Shot. This is a totally functional Vortex blaster. Yeah, these Zombie Strike Vortex blasters are not good. There's another one, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like a smaller version of this, but both of them are kind of crappy. But I think that this one definitely looks cool. So and it's got some disc storage here in the front, so that's pretty sweet. I dig. Let's see. Here is a complete recon. Obviously, again, none of these parts were found together. They were all kind of found throughout the bins. There's several other miscellaneous recon parts. It seems like this is the blaster that I'm most likely to find various parts from. And every so often I find it all in 1 week. So this was one of those weeks where I've got the whole recon. Here's also some other attachments to it. And along those lines, I also found a clear recon. This was all I found to it. I've got, and I did find these on separate days, but I've got the clear blaster that is functional, which is kind of cool because you get to see how the recon functions, the reverse plunger inside of it, but also to have the stock, that's pretty sweet. So I don't have a lot of clear series stuff, and in fact, I know I have a Maverick. I think this is the second clear series blaster I have. I have some of the Sonic series stuff, and then the clear green stuff, and then I've got some Sonic Fire and some Sonic Ice stuff that I've bought new, but this is my first clear recon, and hopefully I will find the other parts for it, because I really like this. This is sweet. I think I've mentioned before that recons are kind of one of my favorite blasters, and certainly one of the things that got me back into Nerf when my son was getting into Nerf at first, and so it's sweet to find these. Along that, I also found a clear night finder, so that's pretty cool too. Let's go ahead and get into our baggie of darts. Here's a streamline, and oh no, let's hope that was the dart. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, so sweet. To add to the night finder collection of different night finder jobs, that is a clear one. Oh, yellow N-Strike Maverick. A couple yellow N-Strike night finders. This one was Zach's. No price tags on it, so these probably came from the outlet. Let's see. I found a Mega Thunderbow. I did not have one of these, and I got this one for $1.99, which, considering that these MSRP right now for I think like 60 bucks or 50 bucks at least, this was pretty sweet to find. Totally works. That was my first attempt at trying it, but sweet. Thunderbow. This is big and unwieldy. I have seen lots of reviews of these. It really did not have any, it does not have any place in my arsenal, but the fact that it was $1.99, well, $1.99 Nerf blaster is going to find its way into my arsenal. So, pretty sweet Thunderbow. Found a Raider that is functional. It did not have a Raider stock on it. It's got a Retaliator stock on it, and then somebody's kind of makeshift one-point sling here. But the blaster functions, and I have tons of Raider stocks, and so the fact that it didn't have one is not that big a deal. I'm a big fan of the Raider. This the first blaster that I ever put an Orange Modworks kit in was the Raider, so there's a special place in my heart for the Raider CS35. Bummer that it didn't have its drum either, but it did have a 6-clip in it. So, all right, here are a couple of these reflexes. Found 2 of them in 2 different color schemes, gray handle and orange handle. So I like these blasters. They have a really unique. Oh wow, that one's not wanting to catch. Okay, there we go. So you know, with the plunger that sticks out of the back, I've always thought that was kind of a cool look. All right, I found a bunch of these SSAS ones, 3 of them to be exact. These are very much like I keep a blaster like this on my keys at all times. So having some more of these to kind of swap out. I don't think I have my keys on me. You can kind of see them. They're back on the table. I keep the Lennard version of these on my keys. So that's a pretty sweet find. I found a full, complete, intact with scope long shot. And this one is in decent working order. And the front gun works. I have a bunch of these. This is the first one of the scopes that I have found. So that's pretty sweet. I am definitely happy to have this in my collection. A full complete one. I guess it is technically missing its second yellow clip that would go in here. But other than that, this is a complete, and I have tons of those yellow clips, so not hard for me to just smack another one into there. So, way to go, long shot. I paid for that. I got that at the Goodwill outlet, and it was all complete. I also found another front gun, and the spring in this front gun is just shot, but whatever. The world will keep on spinning. Here is a Spectre Rev 6. It's complete and it has its barrel attachment, but somebody tried to do a little paint ski job on this and did not do a great job. So it's kind of an off kind of color compared to the blaster that otherwise functions just fine. You know, whatever. I like the Spectre. I have one of these I got at the thrift store in box. So to add to my Spectre collection does not hurt my feelings. There is so much hip hop on in the background. Hang on one second, guys. Sorry. We need to put better hip hop if this is what we're gonna listen to. I'm about fed up with NWA. What else do we got? I got this Rebel Bow. I do not know what this one's called. It's obviously one of the Codebreaker ones because it's got the clear red dually there and some of these coated darts. I found 3 arrows with it. This was a Goodwill outlet find. I'm not a big fan of these bows, but they're all right. They work fine. I do like these. Excuse me, arrows. My wife got the bigger, awesomer, compoundier bow one of these for Christmas this year. So chances are this will get added to her collection. Excuse me. All right. I got a bunch of these, 4 of these dart tag pistols. 2 orange, 2 green. I think I told you guys, like, for a long time I found a ton of these green ones and never found any orange ones. So the fact that, and in fact I didn't bring it in, it's still in my car, but I found a box to the dart tag game that these came with. Apparently there's also like an electronic capture the flag dually that I did not find, but I did find the pistols, so that's pretty sweet. Looks like this one's missing its little front piece, but other than that, I assume these are all in working order. Let's give it a go. I've got all these darts. Here's a dart tagger round. Maybe that's the dart. I think that's the dart. Nope. Alright, so that one's not in the best order. That one's fine. one's in fine order. And last but not least, sweet, some working blasters, I dig. Okay, this is interesting. My very first Boomco blasters. I did not have any, and I found these two pistols and a couple of the Boomco rounds. Man, I will say this, for my first experience with Boomco pistols, or Boomco blasters in general, I dig them, man. These are pretty sweet. I had these at work most of the week, and I kind of walked around with them either in my hoodie pocket or in my back pocket, and I definitely made everyone at work, they did not like Boomco by the end of the week, I'll say that. The other one that I probably overused and abused this week was this barrel brake. I did not have a barrel brake. The Sonic Fire one is on sale at, well, not on sale, but they sell it at Toys R Us for $30 American, and no thanks. $30 for this blaster. Well, I have to say this, if I would have known how much fun this blaster was when I would have bought one, but thankfully I did not, and I got this N-Strike one, which also has a 1-point sling on it that somebody made shift. But man, I am a convert. This is a sweet, fun blaster to use. The barrel brake IX2. You pull the trigger a little bit, and it will fire one dart. Let me demonstrate that. Here, I got these tagger rounds. I don't know if it'll fire taggers. We'll see. I assume it will. But if you pull the trigger a little bit, it'll fire one. You pull it the rest of the way, it'll fire the second. Or if you just jam and pull the trigger all the way back, it'll fire both at the same time. So all around a sweet, useful blaster that I really have enjoyed playing with. All right, here's another buzzsaw. Would be an F&B video without a buzzsaw slowly winding its way down in the background. Tech 6. Mega Magnus in working order. I think at least it cocks and or primes and fires. So let's go ahead and put a dart in it and see. Yep. What a great blaster. I'm a big fan of the Mega Magnus. Also, I did find a Stampede tripod, which I did not have one of these. I thought I had a complete Stampede, but I did not, and now I do. So that's kind of cool that it's got like this foregrip dually, but it's also a, well, bipod, I guess, not tripod. But yeah, Mega Magnus Stampede bipod. Here's a deploy. I'm not going to talk much about the deploy. I bought it. If you don't know what the deploy is, it's not that great. Another Firefly. I think this is Firefly number 3 or 4 for me. I've found several of them, but I like this blaster. And I definitely like some of the stuff that people do as far as integrations, like really use this kind of longer stock. And I want to do something where I build out of a Firefly. I think I talked about that last week when I found one. I really am going to do that now that I have a couple of these laying around. I found this Titan missile launcher without its end thing, so that holds the rockets. So this just begs to be modified, or have its tank taken out and used for something, or something. I've got a couple Titans that function and do have all their pieces. So now the fact that I have one that it does not have this dually on it, it kind of forces me to come up with some kind of NIC style primary with it, something that just really flings lasers, or laser flings foam, or fires lasers and foam and flings foam like lasers. And sorry, I'm gonna do that with that. On that kind of older tip, I found a Lennard, a big salvo. This is supposed to have 4 of these. And this is a arrow firing blaster originally. In fact, I've got an arrow here. I don't think that this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. This is a 4-stage blaster in that as you pull the trigger, oh, cool. It will cycle through the 4 barrels. being that it's another one that does not have many of its posts, and because I know this is a really, really strong air-powered blaster, this is going to get modified into something that either fires 4 regular elite darts, or I'm going to isolate the one so it fires 1 elite dart super far. Have not decided yet, but this was a sweet find. I found this at Goodwill for $3.99. And even though it's a broken blaster because of its age and because of just what it is, I actually had to look it up, and in the process of looking it up, I got to see some of the other cool mods that other people have done with it, and so this was, in my mind, a really, really sweet find. A ton of a fun ton of fart tag fists. It's a ton of dart tag vests. I've got a bunch of these. I'm continuing to add to the collection. Here's a dart tag target with its base. I've found a couple of these targets, never found the base before. And the base holds these dart tag pistols, the Eliminator, I think they're called. It's the dart tag version of the Reflex. But it will hold 1 on each side, so there's a green one that should go here that I did not find, but that I have tons of. That's a pretty sweet find, fun little game. I might take this to work and have this just be like a target game that we play with at work. I don't know, or something. Alright, we're getting towards the end here. Here is a Scout. If those of you who don't know what the Scout is, the Scout was originally part of the Unity 3-in-1 system. It was the first Nerf blaster to have a tack rail, and it attaches to the side of the Titan like so. This one is obviously a different color scheme from this, so I don't know if this is the one that would go with like the Incredible Hulk blaster, or if this is, one of the other releases. I have another one of these same pistols in this same color scheme, so kind of a sweet find. I keep kind of putting the pieces together. I do not have a complete 3-in-1 Unity system, all of the same color and stuff, but I do have several of the parts in various colors and themes and schemes. So I can put together like a Franken Unity, but I don't have all of these in one colors yet. So I keep my eyes out for that. Alright, sorry I keep going out of frame. My brother's going to give me a hard time about that, but there's so much here, I just kind of had to spread it out. I have a long strike in not the greatest repair. The jam door is missing, and yet somehow it's still priming. The spring is just not in great shape, but it did have the front gun, which I feel bad, man, because Fowler sent me one of these, and I have just seemed to find pieces for this thing all over the place. But there's another long strike. Being that its internals are so shot, and this thing is kind of like busted out, I think what I'm going to do is take this and use it to fix my sneak shot, which I drug out for this moment. And so I'm going to put this on the sneak shot, so this is easier to prime and use. And I'm going to do something with this is going to be a modified blaster. I want to kind of make this an air pump blaster, and do some kind of overhaul to make it an NIC primary, where it takes pumps and then it's going to have a breech and all that good stuff. So this is really just a shell, and I paid 99 cents for it, so it's a shell that I do not feel bad about, even if I mess it up, like ruining. So long strike, sweet. Oh man, we're getting towards the end here. Another recon barrel. Oh, some sweet Nerf eye protection. I keep finding pairs of these. I really like finding pairs of these because when the time comes, I'll have a pile of those for a big war. So that's fun. Here's the Busby chain for the variety of blasters Busby uses that take chains. Here's a red Vortex clip, which works and accepts its rounds. Let's see. I found a Triad. That's sweet. Back here, of course, an Evan thrifting week would not be complete without another working tech target. Yay! The butt range just keeps getting more and more hilarious. So another tech target. That's pretty sweet. I have a bunch of pieces of Vulcan. Here's a chain. Here's another chain. Here's another tripod. Here's a box without a lid, which if you'll remember from a couple thrifting videos ago, I found a couple lids. So here's another tripod. Here's another tripod. Here's a box with a lid. Oh. Here's the Vulcan. Here's another box with a lid. So, working Vulcan, plenty of Vulcan accessories to round out my other Vulcans that maybe are missing pieces. This means I have 4 complete Vulcans, and in fact I got a phone call, or I got a message from a friend of mine, Brandon Hawk, who is also a big nerfer here in Dayton, and has a pretty sweet collection, and he told me that Goodwill downtown had a complete Vulcan for sale down there. I had been to that Goodwill earlier in the day. That's where I got the Big Salvo and that Mega Magnus, and I had left a couple blasters there. You guys would be proud of me. I turned down a couple Busby things that were not the greatest repair, and a barricade that worked, but I've got so many barricades, it just wasn't, that day it wasn't worth, I think the barricade was like $6.99, and I was just like, nah, I'm passing up on this one. But he hit me up and was like, hey, there's a full Vulcan down there, and I was like, dude, I've got 4 Vulcans, and he was like, oh, I've got 5, like, last thing I need is another Vulcan. So when I find him in various states of repair like this, I grab him because you never know. The most I'm going to pay for a Vulcan is $1.99. So if I find him for $1.99, I'll get him. Other than that, I've got plenty of Vulcans and Vulcan accoutrement. So let's set this Vulcan stuff aside. I need somebody to 3D print me the adapters to these tripods, because I have a crap ton of tripods, and I know that there's a 3D printed adapter. I think it's on Thingiverse that you can make so that you can use these tripods on other blasters. So, you know, one of my subscribers, if you guys are 3D printing guys, do me a favor, make me a couple of these. I'll throw you a couple bucks and send me some regular, I think it's just N-Strike rail adapter to the Vulcan tripod adapters. So, you know, I don't know. Am I using this to solicit stuff? Yes, I am. Alright, and that is almost the entire pile. We did it in 27 minutes. One more thing I have to show. And this, to me, is the prize of the week. I am truly stoked to have found this. I found an OG Big Bad Bow. I have mentioned a bunch of times that my favorite blaster to modify, and, you know, one of the things that I guess, I don't want to say I think one of the first things that made me pay attention to Thunderdome and to what Rob was doing was I looked at his mod guide for the Big Bad Bow. And so he had taken a picture of one that he had and posted on my Facebook wall like this. That's not, it's a purple one, but it's not the Avengers one. This is the OG. This is when they first came out. As far as I know, they have a different, they don't have the little Poppy Dooley air restrictor guy on the end of it. And this one is not in the greatest shape. Like, the screws are definitely rusty, and it has a really hard pull to prime, and the trigger is really, but it works. It's really sticky, the trigger. But I am stoked to have found this Big Bad Bow. The strings are obviously not in great shape. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this one up. We'll call it a restoration, not a modification. I'll restring the string or even replace the string so that it works the way it originally did. Try to replace the rusty screws if they're not completely stripped, and putting newer screws into it. But this is going to be just a collection piece. I've got plenty of Big Bad Bows that I've modified, and I've actually got my buddy Matt Poe is going to send me some other Big Bad Bows in various states of repair that he's found. I like to modify big bad bows. I definitely have kind of a bucket of them going that I'm going to use for various wars around here that either I'm going to set up and then other people's wars around here. But this one's going to be my like collection one. I'm going to clean it all up so I have an OG big bad bow to hang on the wall in the new Nerf room at the new house, which is coming. Me and my wife have gone under contract for a new home, so before too long, Evan B's Butt Cave is going to be moving to a new location. And I will say that the workshop space that I'm going to have at the new house is definitely going to make this kind of haphazard living roomy area look completely different. It's going to be a completely different environment to do my nerfing. So I've got that to announce. I've got my new camera. I'm still figuring out how to use it. So sometime next week will be the first video done with the new camera. Let's see, any other updates? There's going to be an unboxing. Fowl is sending me the new Strife that he's made for me. That'll be that should be here Monday. So I'll have that unboxing Monday or Tuesday. 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm going to make another video separate of this to explain that. There's a Arcadia, Indiana war that's going to be going on that I'm still kind of with the Maddie, the guy who's running that. He's still kind of working out the details of that war. So as soon as I have the information for that, I told him I would do an announcement video for his war to help kind of promote that. I think that that's going to be a fun, big kind of in between now and NVZ kind of war. It should be the weekend following May the 5th. I think originally the idea was to have that war on May the 5th, but because that's on a Thursday, we talked about him moving it to the weekend so that more people could attend. And so there'll be some information about the Arcadia war. That's going to be a fun one. They're doing a bunch of like 5-person teams kind of coming from the tri-state area. I will probably be at that war, but definitely I will get an announcement going for that 500 subscriber thing. There's going to be some unboxing and reviews this week. There's also going to be, I don't know if you've seen on Fowler's channel, he did like a questions, ask Blow No Nerf kind of thing. And I think he did that around the 500 subscriber mark. So that's something I'm directly stealing from Blow No Nerf, is I'm going to do kind of a Ask Evan B thing so that you guys have an opportunity to have some questions answered. An Arsenal video is coming. I know the last one was kind of a smart butt way to do it, but there will be an Arsenal video coming. I'm really trying to get somebody to come over and help me with that. My brother, my dad has offered to lend a hand with that. I just have not been able to lock anyone down. I can't do the Arsenal by myself. My collection has just gotten insane and out of hand, and there's just no way for me to do an Arsenal video alone. So I got to get some help with that, but that's coming. Probably later than sooner, the Arsenal video, but this week there will definitely be unboxings. There will definitely be a Strife review. There will definitely the custom Strife that Blowno's sending me review. There will be an explanation of the giveaway, and ooh, it cut me off. So I'm definitely eking on that edge of recording time, but so stuff's coming, guys. Thank you so much. 500 subscribers is a big deal. This has been super fun to make tonight. Get to show off my really, really fun Nerf thrifting week. I may take it a little easy this week on Nerf thrifting because I've got so much other content to work on. But then again, I might not. You never know. Evan B gets motivated. So, and apparently speaks in the third person like a jerk. All right, guys. Much love. Thank you so much for watching. This is Evan B saying peace and hair grease. You guys be super nice to one another. Have fun and Nerf on! What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's your man, Evan B.